Hello, good morning, everyone. So today I'm going to present my communication assignment. So first of all, my name is Arman Mansoori. I am from Fitness and Health Promotion Program, and my student number is 200509040. And today I'm going to do communication essentials presentation. So let's start. So today we will be discussing about a certain topic known as technology. So let's start with the technology. As we know, the simple definition of technology is that technology is something that makes life more easier compared to the past for humans. As we know that in the past, the humans were making more workload. As due to now, the technology has decreased the workload for the humans as well. So, for an example, we know that in this contemporary time, there is a drastic increase in technical devices like smartphones, computer devices, and etc. So, for an example, smartphone, which is a basic necessity for each and every person, as we know that smartphone has made life more easier compared to the past. So, now let's talk about pros of the technology. As we know that there are several pros and cons of the technology. So, let's start with the pros. So first of all, it saves times. As we know that by having smartphone in the hand, it reduces the time like for the banking as well as we can do a video call or a conference call with friends and family members as we will feel not lonely. Improved banking. As we know that nowadays people like to do online banking as it has more benefits like we can do the deposit of a check from home as well as we can transfer money from one account to another account by just having from the home. The main focus is on the education. As we know, in this the Corona pandemic time, the online education had more benefit. As we know that people can have education from any corner of the world. They just need an Ethernet connection. That's all. Uh, the other benefit pro of technology is social media. As we know that there are several social media sites like Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, in which people can communicate with each other, can post some pics by which people can know about their life and their hobbies, which is very helpful. The World Wide Web, as we know that www dot is having several websites like Google, YouTube, in which we can get several information as well. Like in the Wikipedia, we can get all the information around the world on what the topic we are discussing on. So now we will be discussing on the cons of the technology. So let's start with the first point, health problems. As we know that as the smartphones and the technical devices are very helpful as well as they are having some cons like people get addicted towards that. People usually use it for several hours which affect their health. They do not get enough time of sleep. Cybercrime cases. As we know that people like to post several posts on the Instagram or Snapchat account of their private things like their hobby, their birth date, which may occur to a cases like a cases, which are very dangerous and very risky. The lack of sleep is the main problem. Why when people get more addicted towards the social media sites and electronical devices, they usually don't see the time. They usually use it for the more than 8 or 10 hours, which usually happens on when occurs when lack of sleep. Negative impacts on the students. Nowadays, students use more mobile phones because of the online study. Usually, they study, but there are several games and YouTube. They watch gaming videos which interfere in the studies and create a negative impact in them themselves. Now, let's talk about the our topic named as robot. So, as we know that robots are the invention from the year 1954. It was invented by the George Devil in the year 1954. So we know that the robots are usually machine which makes workload easy for human beings. As we know that after invention of robots, there are several things by which robots do and make workload easier for the human beings. Nowadays, robots are usually used in hospitals, in operation theaters. Now, technology has increased in a drastic way that doctors do use robots as in operation theaters. There are several operations like a kidney stone operation, which can be successfully done by robots and can have more success ratio. As we know that the solar panels are the greatest development in the last few decades. As we know that in the last few decades, solar panels has a drastic increase. As we know that the solar panels convert the thermal energy converts the thermal energy into the solar energy, which reduces the electricity power. So by reducing the electricity power, people can save the electricity bill, because all the things need the sunlight, as well as the solar panels can also be used at the night time or in the monsoon as well. So mostly the solar panels are made of silicon wires, and it just use 1% of gold, is approximately 4 nanometers of the gold. So in the end, I would like to tell that in the few overall, it can be clearly seen that the technology has played a vital role in last few decades. Smartphones, robots, and solar panels are some major developments in some recent years. Technology has made basically man load easy compared to the past. However, there are some disadvantages, like it affects the eyes and can create a bad addiction. So overall, we can usually say that in the last few years, the technology has some pros as well as some cons. But when it can be seen that there are more chances of pros, because it can also help the children in certain ways, like creating the career in the games as well, like an esports career. As well as students can see different educational videos on the YouTube as well, and the online banking, which is the main benefit, that people can do all their banking things from the home as well. So these are the references which I used during the images. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.